Hello everyone, and welcome to my massive unboxing from all the things that I got from Airliners International 2023 in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Yes, very exciting here. Definitely a massive haul. I mean, others have had much more massive hauls. But we got a bunch of aviation knickknacks, not only models, although that's probably the highlight. But we'll get back to those later. But we did get a ton of things here, not just models. So um, we'll have a ton of stuff to go over, beginning with some of the stuff that I got for free here. So we have our flight operations guide here. Just gives information about the show. But most of this you probably already know, so we don't really have to go over it too much. But we have, the airport diagrams for DFW and Love Field, so that's kind of cool. Kind of gives like a schedule and other stuff like that, and more random stuff. But yeah, it's just gives information. I actually got it at the very end of the show, so a lot of the information in it was outdated by like an hour by the time that I got it, but it's a nice souvenir to take home. And I also got the sticker for the go with it, so that's nice. And then that's not the only free stuff that I got, because at the end of the show, I guess they were just trying to get rid of any free stuff that they had left over. So I got some other knickknacks from a stand, which is really cool. So got this American in-flight entertainment and information. I guess what brochure would you call this? Little booklet. Can't think of the word, but this is pretty cool. We have a little QR code here to access the stuff, and then a Luca ad, One World logo down there, and then it just kind of opens up like this, and of course this would be like in the seat back pocket, and it would give all the information about all the shows and offerings on board the flight. And then on the back we have more here. We have like the snacks and beverages and stuff, and also an ad for the Advantage or the Advantage or whatever you want to call it. That's very interesting. But I think the other little booklets that I got there were even more interesting, including this next item, which is a flagship business menu card. So yes, this is very interesting right here. If you were ever to fly business class on American to Italy, I guess this is what would be the menu. This is actually a menu from April of this year, so this is pretty current to what it would be now, perhaps. But this is at least pretty recent. So, I mean, I'd assume that this is Italian. I think that's Italian, because it looks like Spanish, and it looks like I don't know French, but I do know Spanish, but I can't really read this, but I also kind of get it. And we also have gelato, so Italian. So we'll read the English one. But shout out to all my Italian fans out there. I don't know if I have any fans from Italy, but shout out to all of you out there. You're all great. So here is the English menu. Pick out what you would like to eat here. Should see what we got. I may go for the grilled sea bass here, maybe, or yeah, I'm not sure. They all look really good, I must say. Of course, my favorite thing here would be the traditional ice cream sundae, because I have a sweet tooth. But yeah, this looks really good. My mouth is literally watering just looking through this menu. But yeah, as you can see here, where does it say? From April 23. So definitely very cool here. Flagship business menu card, and very nice design as well. So that would be really cool to experience business class meal service, but I'm not that rich, so maybe it's at some point in the future I'd definitely like to fly on business class or first class on some airline. That's a goal at some point. I'd like to do that, but that's at least what the offerings would be on American. Next up here, might be the coolest thing that I got in the free want to get rid of junk pile. It is the Frontier Airlines in-flight entertainment guide. Yes, those are TV screens. Frontier did used to have TV screens on their planes, which is incredible. It's sad that they don't anymore. This is gonna be like look at this nostalgia here with the volume and the channel buttons on the seat. I mean, this is like giving 2000s nostalgia here. I mean, like, let's look at this stuff. You got DirecTV. Remember when that was relevant? Baseball Tonight. You got Tom and Jerry over here. Here are the channels that we got. I mean, got some classics on here. We got MTV. Look at that. I guess a lot of these are probably still around today. Is TNT still around? I don't think they're still around. But yeah, got a lot of cool channels here that you can watch on your Frontier Airlines flight. This is before they were, free headphones. This is back before that they were a crappy ULCC. I mean, look at this. They showed movies on a Frontier Airlines flight for free. I'd assume for free. I guess, yeah, they would be. Well, DirecTV is sold separately. I guess the DirecTV would cost money. Movies are $8. Okay, never mind. They're not free. But, I mean, that's not bad. And, I guess this would be, the movie schedule or whatever on flights to these places, which is very interesting. But yeah, so I guess this is it's the movie schedule on Frontier Airlines. Jeez. But yeah, this is before they even flew to MSP. They don't have any MSP. But we have, let's see, flew to Tampa. They flew to Spokane back then, which is kind of surprising. They still fly there now, I believe. It's been a while since I've done my last Spokane update. You got Akron up here. Can't really see it very well, but yeah, Frontier, they were a lot cooler back in the day. I would have liked to fly on that version of Frontier Airlines instead of their new ULCC version. But here we have Baby Griswold. This is also really funny. It's not wanting to focus, but there you go. This is really funny. It's Griswold's Gourmet Cafe. We have peanut M&Ms, cereal, a lot of cereal, sandwiches and salads and beer. And then the next page we have the drink offerings. I mean, got some old Amp Energy that doesn't even exist anymore. They got all the good alcoholic beverages. Thanks, Griswold. And then on the back we have an ad for Udis. And that's all the free stuff that I got. So definitely the Frontier one's very cool. That was a good find. I'm happy about that one. Next up here, some non-models that I bought. Non-model items that I bought. We'll start with the safety cards, first of which is this United 757 Overwater safety card. So I guess this would be what United would fly to, I guess, like European flights like Birmingham or something, Manchester, the 757 transatlantic flights. So we'll get this thing open here. It does not want to open up, but you can kind of see it there. I'm like collecting United safety cards for whatever reason. I mean, I like United. They're my favorite U.S. airline. I mean, they're in my profile pic, but I'll just try to collect some other airlines here because, spoiler alert, there's other safety cards also United. But this one's a safety card from 1998, so this one's a classic right here. Got this dude with a mustache, and it's once again, it's always this woman and this baby who are suffering from loss of cabin pressure, and they have to put on their oxygen mask. And it's probably also the same baby life vest, although, wait, it doesn't even show it on here. It's a different infant life vest thing. Wow. We don't have, you know the famous baby life vest. That's not on here. They didn't put the baby life vest in the water child. We do have a 757 here, and that looks very nice. Also, let's count how many no smokings there are again, because we always do this with all of the safety cards. No smoking, no smoking, no smoking. Don't go out if there is smoke. No smoking. Is that a tampering with? I think that's a no tampering or disabling smoke detectors. So basically no smoking. No lighters, which means no smoking. Check the other side. Is there any no smokings over here? There's not. But we can compare that to my next safety card here, which we'll get to in a minute. And the next one is also, as I spoiled already, United. And this one is an aircraft that I have flown on, so it is the 737-800/900, which I have flown on the 800, and I will be flying on the 900. This safety card is from, let's say a date on it. I don't think this has a date on it. But I already see a no smoking sign on here, so we're off to a great start. So we'll open this one up. Once again, we see the map of the aircraft and all your things that you're supposed to do. Here's once again life vest. It doesn't have the famous baby, but I guess now this woman is modeling the light on the life vest. We have rafts, overwing rafts. Jeez, couldn't speak. And then more stuff over here. Same woman and baby thing that are putting on the oxygen masks as always. Brace positions there, which are the same as always. All the languages over here about stuff. This is the thing you gotta appreciate about European safety cards, like my Air Baltic one. If you go back to my other safety card video, then you'll see. But these American ones are chock full of words, and the European ones, they barely, like, the Air Baltic one had, like, maybe a paragraph full of words on it, and this one has, like, a whole storybook of words. Now let's count the no smoking. So we have one no smoking. Is that the only one? That is the only one in this entire foldout, which is very impressive. So I guess they're getting rid of the no. Oh, there's a no smoking right there. That's 2. Here's 3: no tampering, disabling, or destroying lavatory smoke detectors, and no lighters, which is no smoking. So I guess there's actually less, which is kind of surprising. I think it was one of my other safety cards that had like a ridiculous amount of no smoking signs, but I mean, you're not supposed to smoke, but we get the idea after like 2 or 3. But those are the safety cards. Yeah, I guess I'm collecting safety cards now. That's number 5 for me. I'm not stealing them. I'm buying them from people who took them off the plane. So I'm ethical, giving money to the criminals. I'm not saying that person who takes a safety car off a plane is a criminal. That's like the most minor offense in the history of the world. But we want people to be safe. Next up here, another paper item. This one is a Republic timetable from February 1st, 1983. Got Herman right there. Love it. And of course, Republic, kind of a hometown airline from way back when. So yeah, gotta love Republic there. And I guess we'll get this thing open. So this is kind of a weird way how it opens, because it opens like that. And dissing the other airlines, not Delta. You pay a sliding scale up to 30 over coach. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe it's just because I'm tired and I can't read it right. Not American, you pay the regular high front cabin fare. Not United, again, you pay the high front cabin fare. So just dissing the other airline. Flies you in the front cabin comfort for only $10 extra. Gotta fly on Republic, man. Gotta get on the next Republic flight. And so here is their timetable. I'm not very well versed at reading timetables. And this one's also really folded really weirdly. But I guess this is what we got here for the timetable. So I guess this is like the departure airport, and then these are, yeah, and then it says 2. You choose here, which is kind of surprising that Albany, Georgia has flights to Duluth, Minnesota. But I'll definitely have to study this because I'm not very well versed at reading this. Oh, does this like fly through Atlanta and then it goes? That's probably what that means. But yeah, very interesting. I'll definitely have to spend some time studying this, but I guess let's see. Let's check out MSP because you know that's me. I was around in the 80s, y'all. Oh, here we have a route map. Here we go. Here we go, baby. There's the route map. Full focus. No. This is why this is a pain that it was folded this way. But here we have our route map, baby. Look at that. This was after their acquisition or merger with Hughes Air West. So we got a lot of Western routes over there. So that's really nice. Of course, we got our hub here at MSP, and then we have a lot here in the Midwest area, which is good to see. We have Memphis, of course. That's how Northwest got that, I guess. Also a lot over here in the West after Hughes Air West. But yeah, Republic, man, that was a very impressive route map. So yeah, they definitely had a lot of destinations. Even international ones on into Mexico over there. Got Grand Cayman, which is very impressive. Yeah, definitely a very cool route map here. Also up into Canada, of course. Let's see. We're getting close to Minneapolis here. Come on. This is hard to do one-handed, but here we go. Here's Minneapolis, St. Paul. Here are all the destinations. Definitely a lot right here. We're also gonna have to find Kalamazoo in here because I can use that for a retro kazoo update. And here are the rest of the Minneapolis ones. So I guess we'll go back to Kalamazoo. That's before the route map. We're gonna have to go through a bit here. I don't want to rip it either, because that would be very painful. Here's Kalamazoo, baby. So, got all these are connections here, but we got Detroit and O'Hare. Those are the definite two, which I guess I'd expect. But does it say? I guess there are only 2 direct flights are still through Detroit or O'Hare, which is the same as 85. So this is not giving me any rarity or anything, but I guess that's nice right there. And yeah, so that's about it for this timetable. I'll definitely have to do some more studying of this thing because I don't know everything about old ancient timetables. Well, I got it for $3, so very worth it. And the final thing that I got before we get into models here, I got a t-shirt, which I'm going to have to put out on the table and then lift the camera up so you can see it here. But it is very blue, and it is of Air Tahiti Nui's A340-300. I don't know if it's really my style of shirt. Well, I was literally wearing a Hawaiian shirt at the Airliner, so I don't really have a leg to stand on here. I'm standing on both of my legs right now while I'm doing this, by the way, so take that. But we have our flowers over here. I just love the Air Tahiti Nui livery. And that's the only reason why I bought this, just because it looks so pretty. I don't really care for all this over here. I just want the plane on there because it is a gorgeous plane. And Air Tahiti Nui is one of my favorite airlines just because their livery is so pretty. So I explained that in detail in my Air Tahiti Nui unboxing video, but I'll gladly wear this shirt. It is a little bit big on me, but that's okay. It was only 21 bucks, which is a really good deal for this. So I'll gladly take this. I'll gladly wear it. Maybe my shirt for Airliners next year. We'll see. I have a lot of airplane shirts, but this is a nice one to add to the collection of airplane shirts. And I'll look to get more at next year's convention in Kansas City. But now we'll move on to what you've all been waiting for. I'm sorry that we had made you wait 20 minutes, but we're going to get into the models now because I know that's what you all wanted to see. So we're going to do these in scale and by size. So 1/400s are first, and we'll do them smallest to largest, beginning, of course, here with the Hughes Air West Fokker F-27 here. And yeah, you see that price tag right there? 20 bucks! 20 bucks! Listen to my voice for that. $20 for this thing, which is like, this is a pretty rare model. Like 40 on a good day. Got it for 20. So the guy even said, feel free to take an offer on any of these. And I was like, you're gonna give me that for 20 bucks? I'll take that all day. Yeah, it's a pretty simple box here, just a all white Aero Classics box. So we're not going to waste any further time. We're going to get into this model. We were just talking about Hughes Air West a bunch with the Republic timetable, and I'm struggling with opening this box right now, which is a great start. But we got it open right there. And I believe this is my first F-27 model. I haven't F-50, Fokker 50, but here it is. They're pretty similar aircraft. But yeah, here we go. So I didn't really need a Hughes Air West model for anything. I just really like their livery because yellow and blue is my favorite color combination in the world. So obviously I'm going to like this livery. And I saw this, I'm pretty sure this exact model is at the Northwest Airlines History Museum. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to find one of those somewhere. So here we go. We have the F-27 here, which I'm very glad to have found this one for only 20 bucks. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten it if it was more expensive, but for 20 bucks, I will take this all day. This is absolutely gorgeous. So right up here, we'll get it zoomed in some more actually. So up here we have the cockpit windows. We have our nose gear down here, which the landing gear do not roll. This is Aero Classics, and this is a very, well, yeah, main gear do not roll. But yeah, this is a really tiny aircraft, so that's easily excusable. We have our L1 door, which I don't think was used for boarding, as we also see the cargo door, like right in there. You have the Hughes Air West titles down there, which look really, really sexy. I like that. They give a nice 80s vibe, even though they were acquired by Republic then. Definitely predicting the future. This is a firmly 70s airline, but our blades here spin. Very silver wings right there. Like, look at that gloss on them. Very nice. We also see the detail for the flaps and ailerons and all that. And also we have the leading edge here is painted black. We have, I guess, our underwing exit. And also our landing gear, which look very nice. Pretty similar to like the Q400 and also the Fokker 50. Here we have our boarding door, the L2 door. Registration is November 752 Lima. And then here we have the Hughes Air West logo on their tail, which looks very nice. Yeah, this is a very nice model right here. It's a tiny one, but oh man, I love this livery. Always have. It's too bad that I guess they're kind of short-lived. I mean, there were Air West, but I don't know. This is a really cool livery. I like it. Maybe one of these days I'll get a DC-9, but I also want to get a Republic DC-9. Decisions, and yeah, you heard me say that in the vlog if you watched that one. That's pretty much all that it is when it comes to model shopping. Am I right? What do you need? What do you want? All that. But this one is very nice. Very happy with this model. definitely a steal for $20. And this one, I don't know where I'll put it, but it will go on some display shelf because it is gorgeous. It pops. But it also blends in with the taxi lines, so don't want to run into it. Our next aircraft, though, I'm going to try to get through these kind of quickly because I don't want this video to turn into too long for you guys. Our next aircraft here is the Delta 737-800 by Gemini Jets. And this is with the Atlanta Braves championship sticker on it. So it's a pretty standard Gemini Jets box. We have the Delta logo down there. And here's the aircraft there, and fully collectible model, and then on the back we have the aircraft taken off there, and then the 2022 copyright, although I believe this came out in 2023, but early 2023, I'm pretty sure. But we'll get this thing out of the box, and if you can already see what I'm seeing, not a good sight at all, and that is a broken model, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. That is that's a broken that's a broken wing. Yeah, good luck having that CGI aircraft take off looking like this. That is not, and that is also a pretty bad paint smudge or paint chip. So that is quite unfortunate for our Delta 737-800. Definitely not looking too great right here. Although, I mean, I don't know if this is because the wing fell out, but when I put it back in, the wing flex does not look that bad. I mean, it's kind of going down a bit, but it just falls out. That's too bad there. I mean, there is definitely, it's the 737-800, so there's going to be wing flex on it. And I was originally not going to get this model because we don't get really the 738s at MSP. But then all of a sudden, like, because of the summer resurgence in travel, we've been getting a ton of the 738s returning to MSP. And so, yeah, I had to get this one. I don't know. I'm a baseball fan, so I like that it has the Atlanta Braves champions sticker down there. But it's also kind of controversial because the Braves are a kind of controversial team. You know, their whole debacle with the stadium and moving it out of downtown Atlanta. I mean, it's a nice, their new stadium is nice, but it's like way out of Atlanta. It's like an hour drive away from downtown, which is kind of annoying for, you know, Braves fans who grew up right next to Turner Field, and now they have to go like such a long ways to the new stadium, which is pretty stupid. And also with you know their name, like can we start calling them just the Atlanta baseball team? Can we pressure them into pulling a Cleveland Guardians here? Because yeah, we might want to get rid of that name and logo, Atlanta baseball team. But I mean, I was cheering for them in the 2021 World Series, so I might have some blood on my hands right there. But you know, they were an exciting team, so there's that. But let's to any Atlanta baseball fans watching, I guess this is my opinion. This is opinionated, but maybe let's not do the tomahawk chop. But I digress. So we're gonna get away from that and move into the aircraft here. We have our cockpit windows up here. We have the World Champion sticker down there for the Atlanta baseball team. We have our nose gear right there, and our Sky Team logo. Here's the L1 boarding door, and a sticker containing something about the aircraft. It's been a while since I've flown on Delta. Never flown on a 738, but it might say something about, like, for United that would be a Wi-Fi sticker, but I don't know if that's what that is for Delta. It could be one of their awards that they've won. I don't remember what that is. It's been a long time since I've flown on Delta, but I'll be itching to get back on Delta at some point soon. Here we have the Delta titles up here. We have a beacon there, and then we have one of our SATCOM domes. There is a second one, which is modeled in the NG one, but it's only outlined here. That's right there. And here we have our wing with nice paint. I might go over that with whiteout, because that's very annoying. Whiteout isn't going to make it too much better, but it will at least mask it a little bit, because that, like, I have planes with bad paint chipping, but that is really bad. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to live with that. I might need to white that out with whiteout. I mean, I have some handy, so I might do that after this unboxing. But yeah, that's not great. We have our winglet there, which is just completely blue because it's Delta, and also the same story with the engine. We have our main gear down there, and the famous Delta belly, which we love to see, and also the Gemini Jets logo down there. Landing gear, well, shouldn't try to roll it, but they don't roll super well because it's Gemini Jets. The NG 737-800 mold is a lot better, but I mean, this is what we got. It is what it is. I needed a Delta 738, and well, it came broken. So now it gets reactions. This is going to increase my viewership because we got a broken model, right? We have the American flag there, and then registration, November 3746 Hotel. And then we have the Delta tail, the widget on the beautiful tail right there for Delta. Love it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the review of this model. This one's kind of painful to look at. So that's unfortunate, but you'll see it in the next MSP update. Hopefully whited out, that paint chip right there, and with the wing re-glued, because this is not like pretty one to look at right now. So I'm gonna get it out of the way here, so you don't have to look at it anymore, because that's just kind of sad right there. So, but you know, it'll get the clicks, right? So our next aircraft here, staying in the same family, I guess, with the 737, although this one is not an NG, but this one is the NG model. Well, it is an NG in that sense. It is the NG Models United 737 MAX 9 in the Continental Globe livery. So this is one of NG's new molds, this 737 MAX 9 here, and this is my first NG MAX 9. I got their MAX 8 with the Southwest Canyon Blue retro, and now we got Continental Globe here for United. I wasn't originally planning on getting this model, and I got it for $48, you can see. I believe the Delta one was 40, by the way. Like I said, I wasn't originally planning on buying this model, but then I spotted it at MSP, and I'm like, okay, we're getting some more 737 MAX 9s now, and I should probably get one. And I'm a fan of United Airlines, so why not? So we have our the CGI of the aircraft right there, Boeing 737 MAX 9. You get the United logo, the NG Models logo. Here we have the United MAX 9 aircraft right there. And then, you know, all the things with the NG Models box. We have the United logo again. There's the aircraft. Yeah, you get the idea. So we'll get the model out of the box, as I can't open it. I'm trying not to crease it, but also doesn't want to open. There we go. Didn't crease it too bad. So we have our collector's card, of course, right here. And there's that. Move those off to the side, and now we'll get into the model right here. And yeah, this is already way better than Gemini Jets. So here we go. We have, starting out front here, have our cockpit windows, the Starlines logo. We have our nose gear. By the way, the landing gears, they roll beautifully. Love it with the NGs. We have our L1 boarding door here, the United titles up there. Funnily enough, there's no Wi-Fi sticker right there, which I would have assumed it would have, but I guess this aircraft did not have that. We have our engine out here, and you know, there's always the talk about, especially with Gemini Jets, gonna throw it at Gemini Jets again, the rocket ship engines on their MAX 9s. This one actually appears to be bent down a little bit. If we compare it to the other side, like, that looks correct, and and you might have bent it down a little bit on this side. Totally not a big deal, barely noticeable at all, but you know, you can see it. And we also have the red antenna down there. definitely a lot of nice details here, all of it with the red antennas on the bottom, or antennae. Is antennae just for animals? Because it also apply to planes. I don't know. We have our overwing exits and exit paths down here. Of course, our gold and our gold sheet line that goes through the aircraft, and then the gray belly, which follows it in the same pattern as the 787 for United does, in that kind of swoopy way. By the way, RIP Swoop Airlines. We have our antenna there. Here is the SATCOM dome, and then the rear antenna, the stubby antenna, and then our other emergency exit right there, and then the rear door there, the American flag, and then our registration right here, November 737508, because United hates letters, and I'm okay with that. Here we have the Continental Globe tail. So yes, another nice model right there. I like getting a mix of the Evo Blue and the Continental Globe models, even though, I mean, that's pretty much accurate to what the United fleet is at the moment. I know it's changing as they're painting more and more aircraft, but I like having a mix of them because I miss the old Continental Globe. I mean, I guess I don't miss it because it's still here, but I still like the old Continental Globe livery. I like the new Evo Blue livery. I like them both. They both look great, and so does this model. So I like to get a mix of both, and that's what I'm going to try to do in as we go into the future here. I mean, you can look at my United fleet; it's pretty much evenly split between Evo Blue and Continental Globe, and I want to keep it that way because, well, maybe not forever, because the Evo Blues are gonna take over one of these days, and I guess it'll be a bit sad for us Continental Globe lovers, but like I said, I think both liveries look nice, so I won't be too depressed. Our next model here, this one kind of has a funny story behind it, but we'll introduce it first. It is the Aero Class 6 Delta A321, the A321neo, I should specify. This is funny because it was at the stand. They had the Aero Classics version and the Gemini Jets version, and I didn't know which one to get because with Gemini there's the compromise of the larger engines, but it does have more detail than the Aero Classics one. But eventually I went up to Citrus Aviation and asked him which one he would recommend. He seemed to recommend the Gemini Jets one. So I went back and I was like, okay, I'll take the Citrus recommendation to get the Gemini Jets version. And they sold out of the Gemini Jets one. So I got the Aero Classics one instead, because what else was I supposed to do? They're the same price, so it wasn't a big blow. But it's a blue box. We have the thing right there, but it's just a blue box model. And I would have gotten the Panda one if I was there, because the NG ones are hard to get, and the Panda one, that looked really nice. I think Panda and NG are about, even though Panda has some more QC issues, I'd say they're about the same in terms of detailing. That might be really scandalous to hear for some people who are NG all the way, which I understand. NG's awesome, but I think Panda can sometimes be underappreciated, although their QC kind of sucks sometimes. So we'll move into our model right here, where we have our cockpit windows with the raccoon mask there. We have our SkyTeam logo, L1 boarding door right there, and then of course the landing gear do roll very well, but I wouldn't recommend rolling them because they'll fall off easily, thanks Aero Classics, but I mean, they do make them roll, so there is that. We have the Delta logo up here, the widget, and then the text. We have our overwing emergency exits there. Here is our engine, which I don't remember what that is on the Delta A321. I think it's the Pratt & Whitney. I shouldn't say that because that might be wrong. I don't know what that is in the Delta A321neo, so I'll just go with that safe answer. Let me know in the comments what it is. but they look very nice. Of course, the Aero Classics, as always, they are a bit dark, the colors. So I would say like the blue there, it almost looks a bit black on camera. That is too dark for the for Delta. I mean, this is in comparison. Here is the Gemini one, which is, in my opinion, a lot better in terms of the color, but also this is way better in terms of QC than that aircraft. We have, I guess this would be the, I know some airlines don't have the exit door right there, and some of them do. I don't know if Delta does or not. I don't think they do. I've seen a Delta A321neo once before, and I don't remember it having it. And I know JetBlue doesn't have them. And then there are some airlines, like I'm looking at my Volaris and Alaska ones on the other side of this table here, and those have the other configuration, I guess. I don't know if that's the lower density or the higher density one. But that one has the 4 like doors like these, but I guess 2 of them would be considered emergency exit doors, but like the standard A321CO. But continuing on here, moving back, we have the American flag, registration November 501 Delta Alpha. There's a little bit of a smudge right there. This is the first Delta A321neo, which actually flew to Minneapolis on its delivery flight from Bangor. I think it flew from Hamburg, or was it Toulouse? It might have been Toulouse. I get the Airbus factories mixed up. But stay tuned, I might be doing the Hamburg one. It came from one of those places. It flew to Bangor, and then from Bangor to MSP. And I wanted to go and spot it, but I wasn't able to, because I think I was in school or something. But I know some people caught it, and that would have been really cool to see the first of Delta's A321neos. But it did fly to MSP, so that's really cool. And we do get them occasionally. We get them from LAX and Seattle, which are two Delta hubs. I think also Boston, which is basically turning into a Delta hub. But not too many for these, so I will be using these as just a fill-in for a sub-in for standard A321. But it is a nice model by Aero Classics, so I will take that all day. So that is half of our models done. Now moving into our 1400 wide bodies. The first of which being the NG models, Turkish Airlines A330-200. So I've been wanting to get a Turkish Airlines model for a while now, and we do get these at Riga. Well, not the A330. We get 737s at Riga. So I might use this at Riga Airport. But I also might just get the 737 model at some point. But I wanted to get an A330 for the fictional airport, and also because Turkish Airlines has a pretty cool livery, so why not? I would want to get a Turkish model for a bit now, and figured why not? This is a good shot. Funny thing is, I wouldn't have gotten this model because there was an Islander 757-300, which I saw like right when I walked in, and I was gonna come back to it and buy it, and like an hour later they sold out. So that was really sad. It was like the Gemini Jets was their very early release of the Islander 757 300 without winglets. So this model almost wasn't in this massive unboxing. We would have arguably had a cooler Islander 757 300. And I could have just bought this one at DG Pilot, or I could have gotten my discount, but it's okay. It's still a really cool model right here, and I'm very glad to have this Turkish Airlines A330-200 by NG models. So I guess we'll go from the other side here. So we have the cockpit window, Starlines logo, our main gears roll beautifully. The nose gear there, main gear also very nice. We have our R1 door there, the Turkish Airlines titles up here, and there's a subtle difference between this livery and the old Turkish Airlines livery, and that was I believe that the other one didn't have this circle, or maybe the tail logo is just completely different. I'm trying to remember the old Turkish livery, but the main difference that I remember is that the old Turkish livery didn't have the airlines, it just said Turkish on it, so that's a bit funny. Oh, this is, I guess, their newer livery. It looks pretty much the exact same. We have our white engine there, our winglet with the Turkish Airlines logo on the inside and outside of the winglet. And then we have our main gear down there, Turkish flag right there. And then here we have this, I don't know what that is, but it reminds me of United's Blue Tulip, just in silver. We have Aeros A330 down there. And then we have our R4 door. I skipped over those two, but there you go. The registration is Tango Charlie Juliet November Echo. And then we have, of course, the Turkish Airlines tail, which looks fantastic. Also, we have plenty of aerials on this one, which are looking very nice. 3 antennae, and then we have our 2 SATCOM domes, and then 1 antenna on the bottom. We also have a Turkish belly, which you'll love to see right there. So we have a Turkish belly. You also have a stand hole down there. Not as nice as the Delta belly, but you know, you gotta love the airlines that go through the effort of putting something on their bottom half to advertise to the people below. And Turkish Airlines did a fantastic job with that. Move them all the way out of the frame there. Still see them, but who cares? Next model here. This one I got from the Texan airplane store in Texas, so it's fitting. It is the Gemini Jets FedEx. Wow, my FedEx one is over there. I already have the FedEx MD-11, but this is the UPS MD-11 by Gemini Jets. This is one of their newer releases, and one that I kind of wanted to get. We are getting these at MSP quite often. Not the most common UPS aircraft here, but you know, I love me the UPS MD. I love me the MD-11. The MD-11 is a beautiful plane, and I only have one so far. Well, I have one. I have 2, I guess. The FedEx one is the one that you see pretty frequently, and then I also have an Alitalia one. Those are the only 2 MD-11s I have. So this will be a nice third one to add. So now we'll have both FedEx and UPS. Honestly, the UPS livery just looks really nice in my opinion on the MD-11. So that's very exciting. This is only my second UPS model, so this is desperately needed to get a new UPS one. And I'm glad that it is the MD-11, because the MD-11 is really cool. So yeah, here we go. We have our cockpit window up there. We have the L1 door. We have our nose gear, which the nose gear just seems really far back on the MD-11. I'm pretty sure that is realistic to the actual aircraft, because why wouldn't it be? But it just seems really far back for whatever reason. So that's a very interesting design by McDonnell Douglas. But I mean, it's part of the classic MD-80 design. Am I right? Or MD-80. Whoa, I'm definitely getting tired here. It is past midnight. So I should get to bed, but gotta finish this unboxing. We got some very exciting aircraft here, so very excited about these. This one in particular, this is just an incredible to have. We have our cargo door right there with the Worldwide Services billboard. Kind of billboard titles there. Not really, but kind of. Depends on your definition, I suppose. And then, I guess moving back here, we have our overwing exit door there. And also the stripe here that goes down, the yellow stripe, and then going into the brown. What can brown do for you? Of course, their old slogan. Here we have the winglet, which is just gray, and then the engines, which are just plain white. And then we have our main gear sets here, which do not roll. They got the nose gear to roll, but they couldn't get the main gear to roll, which is kind of stupid by Gemini. But of course, we do have the center main gear, which is really nice to see. And then rolling it back there on the nose gear. Shouldn't do that in real life. We have our one antenna. Do we have one on the bottom? We do not have any on the bottom. So there's one antenna on there. And then the registration November 282 Uniform Papa. And then UPS on the tail. So yeah, this is really nice right here. Like I said, I really like the UPS livery on the MD-11. I think it looks really nice. And the MD-11 in general is just a really nice aircraft. So Glad to add this one to the collection. And yeah, so here she is. Very nice model right here by Gemini Jets. They did a great job with this one, except for the main gear not rolling, but that's not too big of a deal. I don't mind too much. I mean, it's just going to be sitting at the MSP airport, so, and also the fictional airport and wherever else this might show up. But that is where you'll see that one, and I look forward to that appearing in the future airport updates. And then we have our final two models here. This is our final 1/400 scale model. It is the JC Wings ANA Demon Slayer 777-200 ER. And yeah, I guess they didn't get the licensing. Is this JC Wings? This is Phoenix. Actually, this might be Phoenix. I think this is Phoenix. I got JC Wings and Phoenix confused again. Because I'm pretty sure this is the Phoenix font for their boxes here. I don't know if I have a Phoenix box around me that I can check on. I'm pretty sure this is Phoenix, actually. I'm not. Yeah, so that's a bit embarrassing there, but still nice either way. I would have gotten the NG version, but that one unfortunately sold out. So we got the Phoenix one instead, and this one will be applicable. So we have a very nice box here with some of the characters. I don't watch Demon Slayer. I've just kind of started getting into the anime thing. But this model will hopefully inspire me to get on that. Same way that it got Dreamliner Fan 2016, and then I guess he was kind of my inspiration of getting this model. So thanks for the inspiration, Dreamliner Fan 2016, and thanks to my friend Vincision. Check out at Vincision on YouTube for getting me into anime. So we'll get this thing out. Actually, this is definitely Phoenix because it has the registration right there. That's a Phoenixism. So it doesn't have any logos on it because they didn't get the licensing for Demon Slayer, I assume. So whoops, but it's a nice model. I'm glad to have it. Even if I couldn't get the NG one, this one will still be just fine. And I'm struggling with getting the cradle out of here. It's stuck on one side. And there we go. So sorry about all that nice ASMR of plastic. We'll move these out of here. And we'll focus in on this beauty right here. So the ANA 777-200s are really only used for domestic Japan flights, but who cares? This is just a splendid model. So it wouldn't really fly to any of my airports. Obviously, it doesn't fly to MSP or anything like that, but it's a nice model to have. This is a piece for the collection. So we'll zoom around in here. We have our cockpit windows right there. We have the Starlance logo. Here is our main gear. Definitely Phoenix again. You can see because of the very big reflection. They have like very metallic-y finish on the gears for whatever reason. We have the L1 door right here and the L2 door right here. They have no ANA branding like in anywhere in the fuselage except for in the very back, which we'll get back to that later. But they left it all up to the art, which you got to appreciate. I said this with United when with the Her Art Here planes, when they just gave like freedom to the artist, which I forgot her name, but like just cover the fuselage with art. Gotta love that. And ANA, once again, they did it with Demon Slayer here, and they also do it with their Pokemon planes, which I guess they do still have a bit of branding in the fuselage, but I mean, look at this. They're just going all out in this one. They also have the Demon Slayer 767, which they also had there, and I was like conflicting between whether I should get that one or this one, and I got this one because, I mean, the 777-200 conceivably could fly to the U.S. from Japan. In the 767, I probably wouldn't do that. But it was a toss-up. They both would have been really nice. Both Phoenix models. Or was that one JC? I should not confuse myself more with the Phoenix versus JC thing. They're both fantastic manufacturers, and I just get them confused sometimes. But they're both great. But getting into our fuselage here, we have, I assume that's the main character. Once again, I gotta watch the show here. This model will be my inspiration to watch Demon Slayer. I'll try to get on that. So it'll give me something to do this summer. We have our SATCOM dome up there. We have our first antenna right there, but we'll move back to the other ones. We have either the name of the show or the name of the series or whatever. And that's in Japanese, so I don't know exactly what that says. Japanese is a gorgeous language, and I'm gonna be visiting Japan. That's one of the things that I'm gonna be doing, so I should probably learn a little bit of Japanese before I do it. But I'll have some time. I'm not gonna be doing that trip anytime soon. But my goal is to go there for Expo 2025. But here we have another one of the characters right there. Like I said, I don't know their names, so I'm just gonna go off of that. But the art itself is great, and we love to see art on planes because that's my two favorite things put together. So that's like my favorite thing in the whole world. Art on planes is the best thing. There's nothing better than art on planes, and so of course I gotta appreciate that. Use a plane as your canvas. It's my dream. I tried to do it with the Airbus A350F competition. Lost that. Congratulations to EQ Planes though for being a co-designer of the final product, because that takes some pure talent, and my man delivered. So congratulations to EQ Planes. Shout out to EQ Planes for that. And I can't wait to get a model of that plane. I will be getting a model of the A350F house livery, EQ Planes design. Gotta do it. One of the things that I love about Japanese airlines is that how they have the sun, which is on the Japanese flag. They have that on the wing. Gotta love it. Then moving back here, we have the ANA inspiration to Japan, or inspiration of Japan, not to Japan. Their logo, I guess. We have the Japanese flag again, and then the registration, which is Juliet Alpha 745 Alpha, and then the Onapon Airlines logo on the tail, ANA. And that looks very nice. The other side is different. It still has this character, and again, that might be the same one as the other one because I don't know who they are. But it is a different artwork, and once again, it looks very cool. So, good job to whoever designed this plane, which I assume it was probably a collaboration between ANA and the production team behind Demon Slayer. I don't think it was all one party. They probably collaborated on it a bit. Compromises had to be made. You gotta stick the ANA stickers on there somewhere. You gotta get the branding out somehow. But like I said, I love art on planes. So this, gotta love it. I can't say no to this, and I'm glad that I got the model, even though I don't know when I'm gonna use it, like an airport. But it's a nice display piece to have. And like I said, love art on planes. So there's that model. We have one more model to get to as we're nearing the hour mark on this video. We're at 59 minutes. So we have one more to get into here. And then this one is not a 1/400 scale model. It is a 1/200 scale model. My second Gemini 200 model ever. It is the Continental Express DHC 6-300 Twin Otter. This is a model that I've been wanting, but haven't had the means or budget. And I saw it there. It was $49, which is a really good deal. And I was walking back to, the internet influencer group, and I heard JJ Skippy exclaiming about 1/400 price for a 1/200 scale model. And I guess you'll see which one that is in JJ's video. I'm not going to spoil it. But I saw this one, $49 for Continental Express. I gotta go for it. Yeah, I mean it's a cool plane. So yeah, definitely went for that one, and it still has the plastic on it. So I'm gonna get the plastic off of this thing. Which I'm failing at doing so. We'll get the tape off of there, and we'll get it out of its plastic cage. Here is the very nice box right here with the button and everything. So we'll pop that out and open her on up. Now this is very small for a 1/2 scale model. It does come with the stand, you can see in there. So that's very nice. Although the stands are not very nice. I wouldn't really put a 1/2 scale model on those stands, but they do their job. I put 1/400 scale models on them and just put them up as regular Gemini jet stands. Is that tail heavy? Hopefully this is just the Riga airport and not the actual model. Please don't be tail heavy. Okay, I can put it up this way and it'll be fine. A bit. Okay, it scared me a bit there. I thought it was tail heavy, and that would have been very disappointing because this is a Gemini 200 model. Like, that can't be tail heavy. We'll see if I can get this to work this way. If not, we'll just do the review from the other side. All right, we'll do the review from the other side if this is going to be so picky. This work like not a great model to review. We might just review it like this, honestly. But I hope I can put this on like a table, a flat surface. This table is slanted. My MSP table is slanted, so I don't really have a table around me that's good for this. But man, this is fragile. Like I don't even want to touch this thing. I guess we'll go around over to this. Look at how detailed this thing is. I wanted to get the Cirrus SR22. That was another model that I was contemplating getting there, but they didn't have it. So I got this one instead, and I'm very glad with my purchase. So we have our nose cone. They have all the details for the nose cone. They have a little compartment up there. We have our cockpit windows, our the sun shield absorber thing. We have our nose gear, which rolls beautifully. I mean, look at how detailed this thing is. I love this mold. It's tiny for a 1/200 scale model, but I mean, the aircraft is tiny itself. Can't wait to see more liveries, more airlines made in this mold, and hopefully they come out soon, because there hasn't been one in a while. Like a Winair one, that would be really cool if Gemini made that one. Maybe like a Flybe. Those would be really cool. We have our door for the pilot there, for the captain, which is very interesting. I guess everyone. Actually, no, this would be the door where everyone else would enter, all the passengers. We do have an emergency underwing exit there. We have the Continental Express titles underneath. Here we have the engines, which do spin, of course. They look very nice. And of course, all of our seats are there. Your classic commuter plane. I mean, the detail on this thing is so incredible. I mean, it's tiny. Like, it's smaller. Like, this is it compared to the 777. Like, the 777's, like, it's a small plane for a 1/200 scale. I mean, everything about it is so tiny, but it's also detailed so well. Like, even better than my A321, my Delta Thank You A321, maybe, which is incredible. But we have our main gear down here, which not great at rolling, but it's whatever. It's only a Gemini 200. We have our wing pylon thing there. And then our, of course, the fan blades which roll, and then the engines. Love the gold on this thing. Continental, they've always had great liveries. This being definitely one of them. Love that gold. Love that gold. That is so vibrant. But we have our regular passenger door. We have a luggage door down there. We have our 3D beacon, of course. Registration November 2-4 Romeo Mike. And this is, I looked it up. It was an express jet. This is operated by express jet. We also have two antennae up there. Very beautifully designed antennae. Very large as well compared to the model. We also have a little thing here on the bottom, which may have pushed out of place a little bit, but just to prevent from tail strike, I guess. which is that is very fragile. I'm afraid I'm going to snap that off. But here we have the meatball and the tail. Of course, this is the meatball livery, and all the. This is such a nice model. I don't know how much I can explain it to you guys, but definitely recommend getting a Twin Otter. There we go, got it to stand up. A Gemini 200 Twin Otter, if you haven't already. There's even a beacon. I guess that's a beacon on. Oh my gosh, this is so well detailed. It does come with the stand, of course, but I won't be putting this on the stand because that could end badly. So we're not going to do that. Although this is a very light model, the stand could easily hold it up. But yeah, great model. I love it. Gemini did a good job on this one. Wish it wasn't so tail heavy, but I mean that's negligible. But we'll bring all of our stuff in here. How do I want to do this? We'll give a nice concluding thoughts here. I guess we'll have the shirt be the base, and we'll just compile everything else on top of this. It's not, I didn't fold this or anything, so we'll just set it out like so, and we'll bring up all of our knickknacks here for our concluding shot, and hopefully this will provide a semi-decent base to put the models on. I shouldn't have thrown this stuff everywhere, because now I have to bend every which way to get all of it. But here we have all our safety cards, all our menus. I'll bring on the models and just put them on top, I guess. I don't know how else I'm going to be able to do this, but yeah, it was a very nice Airliners International. Got some great stuff there, but as I explained in my vlog, it's not really about the stuff for me. Like, if it was all about the models that I bought, then I don't know. Maybe I don't think I would go back for next year's, unless it was in like a really ideal spot, like right in the Kansas City airport, like this one was. It's not about the stuff. It's about the people. The people make it worth it, and the models and all the other knickknacks are just a bonus. But it is, I'd say this in like sincerely, that it was about the people. So underneath all this, we have the Air Tahiti Nui t-shirt. We have our Republic timetable. We have our 2 safety cards, our in-flight entertainment, menu stuff. All that is under there. Then on top we have, of course, the gorgeous models, the stars of the show. We have our Continental Express Twin Otter right there, our broken Delta 737-800, our United 737 MAX 9, Hughes Air West F-27, Delta A321neo, Turkish Airlines A330-200, ANA Demon Slayer 777-200, and UPS MD-11. So awesome right there. Definitely time and money well spent on Airliners International 2023. And yeah, thank you to everyone that I was able to spend time with there. It was amazing. I guess I'm not really gonna do any post-show videos anymore. So what's left is plane spotting. So you're gonna get a lot of plane spotting and a lot of raw footage. So stay tuned for all that. Definitely not done with Airliners stuff. We got plenty more Airliner stuff coming up. So it's not over yet. We got plenty more coming up. It's not over yet. And I will be, I will try to be there. I'm not going to make any promises yet, because things go awry. But I'm going to try my level best to make it for next year's convention, because I want to go back, and I want to see you all, everyone who was there. I want to see you all again. You made the show worth it. All this does not make the show worth it. You guys, you made the show worth it. So thank you all, sincerely. I know this was a long video, but I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.